welcome you to the program Morning Delight, reaching you from NTA Benin. As usual, my name is John Ine. Warmly welcoming you to this week's edition. I'm not here alone in the studio. I'm here with my co-host, Pearl Omori. Pearl, how are you this morning?
I'm fine. Good morning, John. Welcome to another exciting episode of Morning Delight. Like you rightly said, my name is Pearl Omori, and this is one show magazine program where we tend to bring to you potpourri of inspiration, motivation, entertainment, just name it. So I would advise you not to touch that dial and go anywhere.
As usual, we have all the bits on the show. We have inspirational words from Words of Wisdom. We have Fit and Fresh to keep you in your aerobic ways today. And of course, we have Quick Cuisine, one of my favorite part of the show, where we have delicious delicacy to show you.
I know that will always be your favorite, but quickly let me tell you that we have something spectacular, more of an expose in the art of furniture when it comes to art world. And entertainment gist, we have latest and trending entertainment gist for you, also top stories of the week, and for the sport enthusiast, well, you are not left out.
And of course, we have on the guest segment, we have two interesting guests on the show. Our first guest is Ame Ajayi. She's an educationist, a teen life coach, youth advocate, and founder of German Teen Initiative. And our second guest
is Iho Nogie Osayomori Joseph, who happens to be the son of the late legendary Ambassador Osayomori Joseph. These and many more we're going to bring to you during the course of the show, but please, we'll go on a short break. Still glad to know you're still there. Now moving on, like we said, we're going to kickstart because we'll have a lot of things packed for you today's episode. We'll start with words of wisdom. Nothing beats starting up your day with good motivation and inspiration. Some inspirational words there. Knowledge is power. I've taken some inspirational words as I take my journey today. I hope you have taken something from that. So, moving on the program Morning Delight, our next beat is Fit and Fresh. Let us see Fit and Fresh.
Welcome to Fit and Fresh. Today, we're looking at aerobics exercise and how it can benefit your overall health and well-being. Aerobics is a type of exercise that gets your heart rate up and improves healthy heart. It is a great way to burn calories, boost energy, and reduce stress.
keeps me fit, able to move around without stress, no extra unnecessary heartbeats, fast heart rate, burn fat.
And when I was not exercising, I don't used to sleep. Like, I sleep for like 2 to 3 hours. But now, I use my alarm to wake up every day. So it's very good, it's very relaxing.
Regular aerobics exercise can help you lose weight, improve your mood, and increase your energy levels. It can also reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Ready to get started? Remember to consult with a healthcare professional before beginning any new exercise program. Start slow, set realistic goals, and have fun.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Great workout routine there. Pearl, I remember in my school days, we had what they call physical exercises.
I think aerobics has always been part of everybody, especially from the secondary school level. Yeah. Of course, I was just on the dancing side. Don't ask me what I did.
All right. Our next bit on the show, we have come to the guest segment now on the show. We have, I told you earlier, we have as our first guest, her name is Ame Ajayi. She is an educationist, a teen life coach, youth advocate, and founder of Germain Teen Initiative. That's the profile of Ame Ajayi. Now she's here with us in the studio. Ame Ajayi, you're welcome to Morning Delight.
Good morning. It's my absolute delight to be here on Morning Delight. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to see Pearl. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. It's always a pleasure having you in our studio.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you are an educationist. Now we're coming from this angle. My first question is, the standard of education in Nigeria, is it improving? Because we have newly introduced the CBT exams. So I want to know, is it going to improve the standard of education in Nigeria?
Well, computer-based testing generally would firstly remove subjectivity and human error, especially as it has to do with assessment of examinations. So yes, it's a welcome development. However, we have really serious issues as it has to do with infrastructure, accessibility, and fairness in the process of examinations. Because the crux of any examination is that it should be fair and accessible to everyone taking that exam. What I mean is, there should not be anything that makes somebody else disadvantaged, either because they do not have computer skills, or they don't have access to the internet, or they don't have working computers. So those are the issues that we need to look at prior to setting out, rolling out a CBT exams. Yes, it is good, it is welcome, and it makes the process very, very clear and interesting. However, we need to look at those issues.
So how would you compare the newly introduced CBT and the former analog way of conducting exams?
Well, for objective examinations like UTME, I think that CBT is really, really a good innovation in that direction. Why? Because you don't need to the exam doesn't, you don't really need to write out in terms of handwriting. Handwriting is not being looked at. You're not putting down things like essays. You're not drawing. You're not creating graphs like in mathematics. So those things are not really being assessed via an objective exams. So in that case, CBT is fantastic. And in fact, it should be CBT. However, for examinations that are more theory-oriented, like WAEC and ECHO, CBT becomes a little bit complicated. So most people that want to do CBT would consider a hybrid approach, where you have CBT for the objective questions and you still have the students coming into the examination hall to take theory questions, so that they are able to express themselves to the fullest.
So what's the state of, let me ask, our educational system now? In your own opinion,
Yes.
what is the state of our infrastructural facilities in our educational institutions today?
I would say that there's a lot to be done. A lot. Before we think about bringing in computer-based testing, we need to look at infrastructure. What's the digital infrastructure continuously? As someone that works in the digital ecosystem, I have seen that a lot of work has been done, but there's still so much to be done. Digital literacy skills in our schools rely solely on infrastructural availability.
Yeah.
So if we don't have computers in our schools, if our children are not exposed to e-learning early enough, you are going to disadvantage them when it comes for testing via CBT. So a lot has to be done, infrastructure-wise, digital infrastructure-wise as well, buildings in terms of buildings being convenient for children to take lessons and all of that. But beyond that, the digital infrastructure work still needs to be done. A lot has to be done.
And now this brings me to the other part of you, which as regards teen life coach, and most of those people who are trying to get into universities are mostly teenagers and adolescents. So now, how do we really harness these people? Prepare them for this digital thing, this CBT and all of that, especially when they're on holidays and having that space of time. As an educationist and also a team life coach, because you're coming from two sides.
Yes, thank you very much. That's a very important question because we're actually in the peak of the holidays. I sometimes call out parents because I have opportunity to converse with parents in my teens coaching endeavor, and I call out parents during the holidays to engage their children in activities that will broaden their minds and not just mathematics and English. I'm not saying that mathematics and English, there's anything wrong with it, but what I'm saying is the holiday is the time to give them access to certain skills. If they want to learn digital skills, you should give them opportunity, leadership skills, life skills generally. And part of what we do at the Germain Teens Initiative is to run boot camps for children during the holidays, where they can access skills like communication, problem solving, digital skills like digital literacy, how to use the computer. These are skills that we should expose our children to so that they have an all-rounded approach to the life outside of the cocoon of secondary school. Once they get into the higher institution, it's a bit more challenging at that point, and so they really need to be rounded and grounded so that they don't fall by the wayside. So that's part of what we do at the Germain Teens Initiative anyway. We have a camp starting on Monday, and there are so many others that are happening within Benin and outside of Benin. So I think parents should take advantage of such opportunities and get their children enrolled.
Okay, and it's not just about, like you said, I'll use your, let me borrow your words. You said getting them ready for the larger society. Definitely, it's not just the parents who is doing this, the government, the society, everybody. I would just permit me to look at the community traces the child.
Yes.
And now, this has brought me to societal development. Even when I was in school, there's this bursary that people get from, people from certain parts of state, like the governor gives bursary and all of that. And I think recently the Edo State government has actually approved that, being an educationist and part of that. So please, can you throw more light on the importance and the effectiveness of this in trying to help these children to adapt and also probably get good education?
Okay, so accessibility to fund has been one of the drawbacks for people not to access education, especially at higher institution level. And sometimes loss of a parent, economic hardship makes it difficult for children to further their education, even if they have the interest to do so. So this is a welcome development, and I celebrate the government for doing that. However, I would want it to be as sustainable as possible, so that it's not just a one-time fix kind of approach, but a system that would work over time, such that one can plan with such a system in place. So yes, it is important. I am also aware that the federal government is doing something in that direction. So these are fantastic initiatives, but we need to look at sustainability, because there's one thing to start something and then there's another thing to sustain. And also, if it's a loan, like I heard about student loans, if it's a loans, there are issues around how students are going to get jobs when they're done with school, and how they are going to be able to repay these loans for when it is a loan. But if it is a bursary, it is just like some form of a grant, so you're not expected to pay. So that's fantastic. But when it is a loan, even if it is good, we need to look at how those children, when they leave school, are going to get jobs and going to be able to repay these loans. So those are the issues. But overall, they are fantastic ideas.
So there's a question that is still bothering me today.
Okay.
This past WAEC, I want to know from you, what is the reason for the low pass rate?
Okay. I would
Is that a result of the newly introduced technology, the CBT, or is it a falling standard of education?
I would say that it's inadequate preparation, because I was made to know during the last WAEC that English examinations across the entire nation, across many states in the nation, started late in the evening, and that happened as a result of logistics. You know, improper planning, backup plans. So you have a plan A, you should have a B and a C, and so these things were not put in place. By the time WAEC was afraid that the questions might have, be compromised, coming up with a backup plan delayed the start of the examinations.
Okay.
Coming up with a backup plan is good, but if it had been part of the process initially, it would have not, degenerated into a situation where we saw students writing exams 8 p.m., 9 p.m. under poor lighting conditions.
I think I have to take this from the lighter note. We'll be talking about the students lately. Nobody talks about the teachers. My mom actually was a teacher, and I used to hear her say, our reward is in heaven. But some of them are not waiting for that reward. I think we should. So what do you talk about their salaries, some of these lecturers and teachers?
As someone who has come from an education background, my late father was a teacher. My mom retired as a principal. So yes, we're a family of educationists. I have 4 siblings, and we are all teachers in our own different ways. I would say that our reward is actually here in heaven. So I'm a teacher here in heaven. We make heaven on earth,
right.
and then eventually we'll make the second heaven, which is after we pass. So yes, our reward is here and in heaven. But I think that government can do a lot more in encouraging teachers. If you look at the developed world, teachers earn very well, and when they earn very well, they put in their best. You see some persons that are passionate, receiving average salaries, but passionate about the job, putting so much in the children. I think they should be encouraged.
All right, thank
you so
you
much.
very much for coming on the show, Ami Ajayi.
Thank you
We're
so
honored
much.
to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, moving on the show, our next on our lineup is Quick Cuisine, my favorite part. Let's see what's on the menu today.
Hello and welcome to Quick Cuisine segment of the Morning Delight Show here on Nigerian Television Authorities. I am Praise Audio. We'll be cooking vegetable sauce. Firstly, we have our blended tomato and pepper. We have our groundnut oil. We have our dried crayfish and fish. We have our chopped onions. We have our curry and thyme. It's optional anyways. We have our salt. We have our seasoning cubes. We have some protein here, which include cow skin, popularly known as pomo. We have chicken. We have beef too. And we have fish, smoked fish. You can use any one of your choice as well. And we have our vegetables. Join me to the process. Now Now, going into the cooking process of this meal, I'll be using a frying pan. First, we'll add our groundnut oil now and make it heat for a bit. As always, we'll start with our onion to give the oil a nice taste. Going with our fish as our first protein going in. Our dried fish. Now let's add some seasoning to it. I'll start with my curry, just a little. My thyme, just a little. Some cube of seasoning. Little salt. This is vegetable, we have to be very conscious. Then we stir. I allowed mine go for just 1 minute. So I'll be turning my fresh tomato and pepper paste into the frying pan now. I'll leave this to fry for 5 minutes before adding other proteins and the vegetable. Now we go back to checking our sauce and see how far it has fried. Oh wow! This is so good. And the consistency, one can trust. What we do next is we add our other protein. To add the vegetable, you have to reduce your fire. Now we go to adding our ugu leaf. Just sprinkle. You might decide to stir, but I'll just be covering mine to steam for a bit before stirring. And after this, the vegetable sauce is ready. We've now come to the end of today's segment, and here is what our meal looks like. I'll be taking my vegetable sauce with some yam. Oh, very nice. That's all we can take today. Thank you for staying tuned. See you next time.
Wow, that was a delicious delicacy. Definitely, I'm going to try out vegetable, but not with yam. Chef Praise, I'm trying mine with rice. But what about you?
I tell you, vegetable is my favorite meal. If you include goat meat in that vegetable recipe,
John, you love good
I
food.
tell you, I can eat it throughout the day.
Well, man, and good food. Who doesn't like good food? Well, now I've gotten to the second part of the show. We said we have two special guests for you, and this one is a performing art. His name is Iwonogi Usayomari Joseph, who happens to be the son of the late Ambassador Usayomari Joseph, a man who has really carved a niche for himself and have done so well. But before we see him, let's see his profile. Let's have Iwonogi.
All right, let's get up and dance.
I think I'll do my sister.
Wow, that was awesome.
Definitely, that's my wedding song.
That's a wedding song.
Yes, that's my wedding song.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much. That was a wonderful performance.
Yeah, lovely, thanks.
Wow. Which when I even started the interview, already enjoying myself.
Yes,
And I guess the audience too there.
They did. J-Tune.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on
Looking good, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, Pearl, you know, it's normal. That's a different setting.
Ladies always look good. Thank you so much.
Premium.
He's flattering you right now.
Oh, thank you so much. Just reminded me of that. Okay, let's move straight to the question.
Yeah.
Should I call you J-Tune? Should I call you Igonogi?
Yeah.
I think we'll roll with J-Tune.
Anyway, I wrote, that's what everybody knows, but Igonogi is also my name, so you can call me whatever.
Okay.
It works.
I'll call you J-Tunes.
All right.
Now, J-Tunes, I'm going to start with this. Being the son of late Ambassador Saramori Joseph. Now, trying to fit into Daddy's big shoes, the aspect of, I don't know if that was your motivation or inspiration to go into music. And how's the challenge been? Because now the challenge is carving a niche for yourself with that name, J-Tunes, against the Saramori Joseph lifestyle thing we knew.
Yeah, I think the genius thing that God did for me was I was able to create my own fan base prior to when I came down to Benin, you see. I was known as what they call the guitar boy when I was in school, Delta State University. So I made some sort of like fan base for myself, because even though the name Saramori Joseph is a worldwide brand, but you don't expect the young guys during my generations to really know Daddy as much. So while I was there, I had songs of my own that people used to sing along with me. Coupled with the fact that I was also good at singing, like, songs like Asha, to name a few, Bruno Mars and stuff like that. So I kind of created a fan base for myself already before even coming down. And, I went for Nigerian Idol 2015.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was there 2015 season 5. It's everywhere. It's on YouTube. You can check it out online.
That's an impressive
the word.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been trying to strive on my own, but I can't deny the effect of Daddy's name kind of like boosting the fan base. But prior to when I started doing Daddy's stuff, I already started sort of like creating a fan base for myself. So I'll put it that way, that Daddy's one was just like the extra sauce to, because we still have subsequent projects to. So the challenge I face most of the time is that whenever I try to delve into my own
your own niche,
people tend to want to be like, "Yo, what else do you want to do? What is it that your father has not done?" So, but I try to let them know, like, I've got to leave some sort of legacy for my kids as well. So,
I know that the talent is within, coming from the musical background.
Yeah.
But I want to know your motivation. What motivates you daily?
Life.
Yeah.
Life is enough to motivate you, because you wake up to new experiences, shared experiences from people, what you see going on around you. It plays a big role. So motivation is from life itself, because I wouldn't want to box it into this is what inspires me, maybe my dad, or probably a girl, or probably my mama or something, but like generally life. So I'll put it that way.
Life is the best teacher.
See, life is just is a book that you have to read every day.
Okay, now this then takes me to another question. A lot of people tend to remix Daddy's song.
Yeah.
How about that? How do you the children, especially you, we know, how do you really do that? You know, I think there was some of his songs, Igor Defeyi, that was remixed by somebody. Yes, by Hammer Boy and all of that. So how do people really take it? Like, because I think this thing should have just been left as a legacy for you.
These are topics that we need to start speaking on, especially in this part of the country, because I will tell you seriously, like, when it comes to where the industry is sitting now in Nigeria as a whole, Lagos, they know you do not play with things like this. If you're going to sample someone's job, or rather if you're going to make use of the person's intellectual property, there are due processes to play. And most of the times, sentimental values make it now seem as if you are hating on the person trying to come up. But no, there are, processes you have to go through when securing this thing, because this is an art that someone has created. You can't just come and try to water it down just because you want to leverage on the person's name. If you are going to actually leverage on the person's work of art, there should be some sort of compensation. It's not all about the money. Sometimes you can even shut the project down and we'll be like, we don't even like what you did with the song, because you're misrepresenting what that particular job stood for. It's more than the whole. A lot of people just feel, because this song is sweet, you can just jump on it. A lot of people do not have structure, but if you know the ambassador, say Amiri Joseph brand, it's a brand that was well structured. So if you are going to work with the Amiri Joseph brand, you should come correct and work with the estate. You have to come correct. That's just how it goes. For Hammer Boy, we needed to have a meeting, which we did, and we came to like some sort of agreement, and it's a win-win situation for everybody, because this thing was left for the kids to feed. So I know where you're driving now with this question. So I just want you to know that it's a sensitive topic. Most people do not really know about it, and I feel we have to enlighten our people more. That's all I have to say about that for now.
Okay. Now, you said something when my colleague asked you a question. You said coming from the side of the country and the type of music, do you really have a challenge? Because I know you're international arts and you've performed in some big stages abroad. Yes,
I'm going on tour in a month. So.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely, J-Tunes, I'll go with you to sing one of Anedo's songs.
No, you'll be my backup singer.
Okay. Invitation just came. Do not be jealous, please. Now back to my question, please. How do you really put yourself out there? How do you really put your music in a different light from, the likes of the Whiskey and the Cole that we tend to want to enjoy, and you bring in an indigenous language to the top stage?
Yeah, so this is the goal. The goal is to put the language of Benin people on everybody's lips, just the same way other tribes are like trying to sell out their culture. It's a new era. The Edo music should, like, I don't know if you've heard my recent single, I don't know, Boga, like, it's really doing numbers now, but it's a Benin song that is not sounding like, that Benin thing. So what I'm trying to do is sell the stuff to the young, the old. We know that Rema, Shalapopi, they are trying to do it to, like, you get. So mine is, I'm trying to go further due to the fact that I think in subsequent times people like us are going to become custodians of the Edo culture, and we have to represent it in a positive light and in a very, very beautiful way. So the dream for me is to take the sound, which I'm already doing. If you go on TikTok, the people who play my sound are like really young guys who are not living in Nigeria. It kind of makes me feel real good about myself that, okay. And most of the captions are usually, Benin song feels sweet like this, Benin love song feels sweet like this. Like, it makes them have some sort of pride in where they come from again, because I was kind of worried when I was discussing with the professor, and he told me that he's indulging in a study that says that in 20 years our language might become obsolete, or rather it might become
going to extinction.
It might go into extinction, so because a lot of kids, we are not feeling cool speaking their languages anymore. But when they hear songs like these that are pretty, they really want to. I don't know if
the interest will be there.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh man, that's my language. Like, it becomes a thing of pride for them, you see. So that is one of my goals.
Let me just ask you now, how has the journey been from the beginning up till now?
You're relocating from Lagos.
Your highest and lowest.
Okay. Yeah, highest and lows, criticism, which is normal. criticism is the high for me because it makes me feel like, okay, there are certain people who want me to be better, you know, and it shows that I'm doing something that is like making impact enough for people to want to talk. I don't know if you get it from that point of view. Yeah, so that's more of it for me. The lows is kind of like doing it without, you know, the guidance of my dad, because I feel there's a lot I would have been able to hear from him before he left, because our relationship was sort of like the argument relationship, Donald Trump, Putin type of argument. You know, who was right during the war? Was it the, you know, I don't want to cause controversy, but was it these guys, or was it the fact that you were a soldier before? Are you now on the side of the people who were fighting against the other guys, which are the other guys, you know, of course, you know? So those were our kind of discussion. The music discussion came when he told me to come back 2021. One of the lows for me was that there was not enough time. He died 2022. So there was not enough time for us to really, you know, get into it, so I understand the psychology of the people, the music itself. So that's the low for me, but every other thing is okay.
Well, for me, I've always loved your father's music. We've always been here in Benin City and enjoying him before you came back. There's this particular song my father used to play to me when I was much younger. Yeah, please, can I hear that song?
Oh, you'd love to hear that one.
I would love to dance to that song.
Me.
All for the culture. It's all for the culture, brother.
Okay, all right. I have to go back to my comfortable. This is my zen position for the guitar.
John, I hope you're enjoying the songs.
Very.
Thank you so
John is not a Benin guy.
No, but he's an Edo man.
Well, you see.
When I'm a Benin girl. Oh, please.
Wow, this is
I
fun.
enjoyed myself.
We should do more of this. This
I'm
is fun.
breathless. Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That was
for honoring our
really
invitation.
entertaining.
Yeah, honestly, man, this is NTA. Watch this station from childhood, so NTA will call our answer.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Well, now moving on to the next segment. I know you enjoyed that. Sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath because that was a breathtaking performance.
Thank you
Well,
very much.
let's move on to the Artville, where we have something spectacular, an expose in the aspect of furniture. Chair making is a craft in Benin City, Nigeria, known for its durability and aesthetic appeal. The creative journey of the craft begins with the use of rattan, a type of climbing palm whose flexible stems can be used to make cane furniture. Typically, rattan or cane furniture consists of different patterns and designs with odd wood, iron, sheet or covers, and sometimes the use of applique to enhance the work. Obina Ifeanyi is a resident of Benin City who has been in the craft and business of rattan furniture for years. His experience comes to play as he creates different designs of tables, swings, chairs, resting bed, and the likes, with a uniqueness that is synonymous to his work.
We use iron in making it. But this one, this is the iron. This one is table, framed by weather. After weather frame it, we now wrap it like as if, like this one now. I'm doing this one already, so it's yet to be completed. So after weather frame it, we now wrap it by our own hand, then finish it. It gives us what we want, which is the table that you are looking at. We use this one rattan, which is the rope. It's of different color. This one is the black color of it. This one here now is a black pipe. We call this one pipe. You can see it here. We use it in swing, in making swing, and also chair. If you can see, this swing here now is made of discs. It's made of 3 different colors: the silver, the black pipe, and the white pipe.
As established, rattan furniture is an ancient craftwork that preserves traditional techniques and cultural heritage, attracting popular demand due to its versatility, strength, and durability. A process that is achieved by collective effort of the weaver, tailor, and the weaver, a practice that encourages a friendly economic returns. Indeed, rattan furniture is a tireless craft that combines functionality with aesthetic appeal, offering a unique and sustainable solution for furniture designs and promote eco-friendly practice.
This our work is both indoor and outdoor. It is all weather. Sun doesn't spoil it, rain doesn't spoil it. If you are buying rattan furniture, buy it with the purpose that is going to last you long.
It's durable, it's beautiful, and it's a must buy for every household.
Yeah, I think I like the durability. It's really going to last long. Yes, and I'll go for the relaxation chair, John, if you ask me.
Yes, moving on the show, our next beat is entertainment.
Let's see what's trending, both local and foreign entertainment news. Let's see.
On entertainment gist, Nigerian radio personality Toke Makiwa has surprised fans and followers after revealing that she's expecting her first child, describing the news as the biggest project of her life, in quote, and the highest calling ever, also in quote. In a heartfelt Instagram post recently, Makiwa posted a video recorded in a beautiful garden calling her soon-to-pop baby bump. In her caption, she reflected on her journey, crediting God for answering her prayers at the perfect time. On the international scene, Cristiano Ronaldo proposes to Georgina Rodriguez with truly jaw-dropping diamonds. You can beat that. Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina are engaged after more than 8 years together. 8 years after the model and the soccer star first went public with their relationship in January 2017, the couple has announced their engagement. And on Regina's post, quote, "Yes, I do." In this and all, while Cristiano and Georgina are taking a step towards marriage, they have already built a family together that includes twins, Eva Maria and Matthew and Elena and Bella. Although on the other sad side, Cristiano and Georgina announced the heartbreaking death of their baby boy in April 2022. And although Cristiano, also dad to son Cristiano Jr., prefers to keep much of his family life out of the spotlight, he has previously addressed the difficulties he faces in the relationship. That's all we got to bring to you on the Entertainment Table.
That was entertainment news. Pearl, finally, Cristiano Ronaldo proposing to his girlfriend.
Yes, that's what you get when you be patient and be dutiful. Yes, I think they've had children, so I think it's just to do the normal thing.
Wow.
Congratulations to them and also to Toke Makiwa. Well, now moving on to the top stories of the week. We have a lot of stories buzzing, but we have these two major ones for you: aspect of education and also probably I would say human right. Please see. The federal government has imposed a 7-year moratorium on the establishment of new federal universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education, citing the proliferation of underutilized institutions, overstretched resources, and a drop in academic quality. The decision was approved at the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Followed a presentation by the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa. The minister noted that 199 universities received fewer than 100 applications through the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board last year, with 34 recording 0 applications. Nigeria currently has 72 federal universities, 42 federal polytechnics, and 28 federal colleges of education, in addition to hundreds of state-owned and private tertiary institutions, as well as specialized schools such as colleges of agriculture, health sciences. On the second story, an Ikeja Magistrate Court on Wednesday discharged Ms. Comfort Emerson of charges of unruly behavior and assaulting the flight crew aboard an Ibom aircraft from Uyo to Lagos. Magistrate Olarewaju Salami struck out the 5-count charge after the police prosecution team confirmed that Ibom Air had withdrawn the case. Ms. Emerson, who has been in Kirikiri prison since the August 10th incident, was released following the court's decision.
And for the sport enthusiast, this one is for you.
Nigerians' campaign at the African Nations Championship (CHAN) came to a crashing end after suffering a humiliating 4-0 defeat to Sudan in their second group match. The home-based Super Eagles thought they had taken the lead in the 22nd minute when Anthony Joma slotted home from a swift counter-attack, but the goal was ruled out for offside. Sudan capitalized just 3 minutes later, finding the breakthrough in the 25th minute. Nigeria's troubles deepened in the 44 minutes as Sudan converted from the penalty spot to take a 2-0 lead into the break. The second half brought no respite for the Nigerians, with Sudan extending their advantage in the 55 minutes and adding a fourth goal just 7 minutes later in the 62 minutes of the game. Nigeria remain at the bottom of Group D with 0 points and cannot make it past the group stage even if they win their final match against Congo. Senegal and Sudan are now tied on 4 points each, heading into the match day 3 features, with Congo in third place on 1 point. That's it on Sport Rail.
It's interesting to know that the Premier League season is kick-starting this weekend with some matches being fixed already between the Aston Villa, Newcastle, Brighton, Fulham, Sunderland, West Ham. We still have Chelsea on Sunday and Crystal Palace. Then we have Nottingham Forest against Brentford, and Man United against Arsenal, and Leeds United against Everton. So I think you should watch out for that. I know John is going to watch out for that, and I think you should too.
That is kicking off this weekend. Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching the show. It has been Morning Delight on NTA Benin. Don't forget to stay with us. Same station, same time next week. Don't forget to follow us on our various social media handles.
And Morning Delight is being repeated every Friday 10 a.m. on NTA Benin Channel 7. So if you missed any of the goos and whatever, you should always catch it up at the repeat episode and our social media handle, especially on Instagram, NTA Benin Morning Delight Show. So you get to see most of the BTS and how this beautiful show has been put together for your pleasure. My name is Tupelo Moyi, and thank you so much for staying with us on today's episode.
Saying till we see you same station, same time next week.
Stay delighted and enjoy yourself.
Bye.
J-Tunes, please.
J-Tunes. Hey.
Mama,